Welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm Josh and this is the 24/7 News Report. Athletic writer Phil Hay has come out and said that Wilfred GNONTO has returned to first team training for Leeds United following talks between the manager, GNONTO, and the Leeds CEO. This puts a whole new slant on the transfer saga. Obviously, being taken out of training probably was a good thing for us because it has been seen before where players have been taken out of training right before they get the move that they've been pushing for. Obviously, with GNONTO going back after talks, it makes you wonder what they had spoken about. Obviously, the manager and CEO holding talks with GNONTO, probably to tempt him to stay at the club. They don't want to sell him, and obviously we've been pushing to get that deal across the line. So we'll have to keep our eye and see how this affects the whole transfer saga. Obviously, Leeds are doing everything they can to keep GNONTO at the club. So, football correspondent Jack Talbot reported that Everton were intending to put another bid in for GNONTO. The bid was likely to be nearer 30 million. So obviously, Leeds are trying to keep him, but we really want this player, and we've been putting bid after bid, building up that price, and still nothing seems to be tempting them away. And if anything, now it seems like the deal is further away from being done than it has ever been. Is GNONTO going back into first team training a sign of him staying at the club, or have they reached an agreement with GNONTO? And we'll have to keep our eye on it. Hopefully it's nothing big, and hopefully we can get the deal done, because I want to see GNONTO at the club, and obviously we've tried hard for this deal, and we don't want this to be a wasted effort. Fabrizio Romano has said that Saudi Arabian side Al Shabab have reached a verbal agreement to sign Everton player Demarai Gray. I think this wouldn't be a bad thing, as Demarai Gray didn't see tons of game time last season, and I question whether he is in Dyche's plans going forward. We do want to have a replacement player for Demarai Gray. He is, whether people like him or not, an attacking player, an attacking threat, and we can't lose any more of that. We barely have it as it is. So if we are to sell him, which I think probably might be a decent idea if he's not in the plan, we do need to have a player that can cover his role. Sky Sports News then went on to report that Al Shabab and Everton have agreed a fee for the player. However, Everton won't sell Gray until they have signed a replacement, which I think is just good from Everton. I mean, there's been many players where we've sold and haven't quite replaced them, or it took ages for us to replace. So I think if we do decide to sell Gray, which obviously the Sky Sports report does suggest we have, having that replacement is crucial before he leaves the club. Football Insider has reported that Che Adams is set to be granted permission to head down to Merseyside for a medical and to put pen to paper to finalise his move to Everton. We would love to see this get over the line as soon as possible. Honestly, more attacking players is what we need. Attacking players with quality. I think we can make chances, but obviously we just don't put the ball in the back of the net. This season, last season, it's been the same for probably the last couple of seasons. Che Adams hopefully will sharpen us up and give us more attacking threat. And if we can put this behind us and get it sorted as soon as possible, that would be fantastic. Mailsport have reported that Everton have offered a new contract to Jared Branthwaite in hopes to keep rival clubs away from the defender. I think this is a great move as well. Obviously, we want to keep Branthwaite. I think a lot of people think he should be in the side over players like Michael Keane. We've got Tarkowski, who's bags of experience, and I think Jared Branthwaite would be good next to him, learn from him on the job. But I mean, obviously, he's had time to develop on loan and places like that, so I think now's the time to bring him in. I mean, realistically, the way I see it is, what are we going to lose? I mean, we've got Michael Keane in the squad over the weekend, and we concede as many goals as we did. Realistically, if we put Branthwaite in, it's not going to get worse. I genuinely think we should be putting him in. There might be an argument saying that it might be too bad of a situation to put him in, but I don't necessarily agree with that. I think we should put him in now, have him develop on the job. Obviously, next to an experienced defender like Tarkowski, I think he should be playing. I know a lot of other people do as well, especially when a lot of people really don't like Keane and the job he's been doing recently. Hopefully, this contract does keep the rival clubs away, because we do want to keep him here at Everton. It's got to be said. Football correspondent Nizar Kinsella has reported that Everton are interested in signing Chelsea winger Callum Hudson-Odoi. Chelsea would want 8 million for the winger. Nottingham Forest have also been interested in the player, and Fulham have refused to pay the 8 million, so they are no longer interested in signing Callum Hudson-Odoi. Uh, I'm surprised at Callum Hudson-Odoi. It wasn't that long ago, really, that he was being linked to teams like Bayern Munich for crazy money. So the fact that he would be offered for 8 million is crazy. I haven't kept up with the player, so there probably is reasons behind that low price tag. But we'll have to see. Reports have also stated that Fulham are interested in Demarai Gray. So that might explain why Fulham aren't going to pay for Adoi and they'd rather go for someone else. These reports of Everton's interest in Adoi, however, have been thrown into question when Echo reporter Christopher Beasley reported that Everton are not interested in signing Chelsea winger Hudson-Odoi, despite reports suggesting they were interested. So it seems from reports that we aren't actually interested, even though reports have come out saying we are. Obviously, it's a funny one, because 8 million for an attacking player who has quality, clearly, because he was linked to clubs a couple seasons ago. 8 million would be a steal, I think, for many people, but I'm not sure. I've not seen him for a while, so maybe there's something I'm missing about this player. Maybe there is a big reason why he is only 8 million. But it seems anyway that Everton aren't going to be interested and won't pursue anything with the player. Reports from The Athletic have come out saying Sky Sports News have apologised for insensitive comments made by commentary team Bill Leslie and Andy Hinchcliffe, comparing Sean Dyche to a casino worker, as Dyche was wearing a black armband in memory of the Everton fan Michael Jones, who has recently passed away. Disgusting comments. Honestly, it's just not necessary. It's a big story for Everton. Obviously, every Evertonian knows about the passing of Michael Jones, and I'm surprised that commentary teams weren't made aware of this, or weren't aware of this just through being connected to football. So coming out and saying things like that, it's just not what we need in football. So hopefully we don't see anything like this happen again. Finally, Sports Witness reports that Everton are interested in Tottenham defender Japhet Tanganga. Inter Milan have considered a move, however Tanganga is most likely to stay in England, with Luton also interested, as well as Everton. Yeah, I don't know much about Tanganga. Obviously, he has had Premier League experience, so it might be a good option. I think having backup to the players we currently have, obviously with Mina and Cody both leaving, I think if they had stayed at the club, I don't think it was as necessary to focus on the defence. But having a player like Tanganga probably would be good for us right now, and if we can get him at a good price, it'd be a no-brainer for me. Just having a deeper squad. Obviously, our money should be focused on making sure the first team is adequate, and at the minute it isn't. But if we can manage to get our attack, if we can get a better attack, then we can also focus on the depth of the defence, which I think if Tarkowski went, then I really don't think our defence is that deep in terms of who can come in and reliably replace the players that we have. I mean, you could make the argument that even the first team defence currently, with how they're being selected with Keane, isn't even up to scratch. So if we can focus on just making sure we get the attack first, and then maybe getting a player like Tanganga, who cannot play across the defence, might be great. But we'll have to see how that pans out. Obviously, we want the attack before anything, and then we can move on to players like Tanganga and squad depth. But that is all the news we have for you today. Let us know how you feel about the news stories. There are a lot of stories coming out. Obviously, how do you feel about the GNONTO situation yet again? I know it's what we've been talking about for a while, but let us know how you think the recent developments and the training for the Leeds first team thing, how you feel that will affect. Obviously, Che Adams, how do you feel about the situation going on with him? Are you happy to see the steps looking towards the transfer being sorted? And obviously the Adoi situation, would you like to see Hudson-Odoi? Obviously, reports coming out saying that he won't be coming to Everton, and Everton aren't interested. But if we were, how do you feel about that? Let us know how you feel about everything down in the comments. This has been the Toffee Blues. I'm Josh. Thanks for watching. See you later.